Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a brand new transfer news and rumours video. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe and enjoyed your weekend. We did a video a couple of days ago and, you know, we didn't have a video for a long time. Caught up over the weekend and it's starting to pick up again a little bit. A lot more positive news coming out from the club today, which is good, of course, and well, lots more news and rumours, which we'll get into as well. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts on any of the stories we talk about today. And be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we'll start off with a very positive piece of news, in my opinion, that Joao Moutinho has signed a new contract at Wolves. This was a talking point for a long time. Officially, his contract ended at the end of last week. And it's been confirmed today by the club that it's a new one-year deal for Moutinho. Of course, the sticking point with the whole contract talks and why it took so long is that the club wanted to give Joao 1 year, Moutinho wanted 2 years, and on this occasion the club have won, and he's going to be a player for at least one more season, which is great news. A lot of the players returned today to training, such as Neves, Jimenez, Fabio Silva, Morgan Gibbs-White returning, and Willy Bolly, but Joao Moutinho will be back on Wednesday of this week, so really looking forward to it, and hopefully now this is the start of a lot more positive steps by the club to try and get things moving once again. Now, in the same report, well, the Telegraph actually broke the story about the one-year deal. On the same report, John Percy from the Telegraph had said that Wolves are still targeting a right-sided defender, another midfielder and a striker to bolster the current squad. Now, I know we've been complaining a lot about transfers, and up until this morning I was really disappointed with what was going on, especially with the Moutinho deal. But if Wolves can get those free transfers over the line and they're good quality players, I think all of a sudden our squad looks really good again. I think the centre-back is the big one for me, which we'll talk about. A forward as well we'll talk about. Midfielder, Matheus Nunes has obviously been linked for so long, but it's gone quiet on that right now, so we'll have to wait to see. But hopefully now, we've seen in the transfer window today, a couple of big deals have gone through. Hopefully things start to gain a bit of momentum and a domino effect almost happens with these transfer deals. Now, I mentioned a forward. A story that's come from France this afternoon is that Wolves are very closely monitoring the situation regarding Monaco's Wissam Ben Yedder, a phenomenal player with a huge amount of goal contributions over in France. Now he's at 31 years of age, got a couple of years left on his Monaco contract, so probably right at the peak of his career right now, and maybe will want that move to the Premier League. So Wolves are currently keeping a close eye on him and considering whether to make a concrete proposal to Monaco. Manchester United, of course, going to be linked with everyone under Erik ten Hag, are also talking about him, but I think United will be linked with everyone, especially regarding the Cristiano Ronaldo situation right now. But Ben Yedder, the Wolves are following him very closely, and like I said, looking and thinking about a potential proposal to be put forward. But that would be a phenomenal signal of intent by Wolves. I know a lot of people, and I'm sure people comment about this. There's been a couple of stories over the weekend in regards to Fosun as a company really struggling financially. Wolves have made it no secret that they want to be self-sufficient, so there is going to be money in the club. It's not like Fosun are going to take money from Wolves and put it, you know, to try and pay off their debts. Wolves is their own entity, and whatever money the club make is what will be spent on transfers. The only thing that's probably going to be holding us back a little bit is that Fosun aren't just going to be pumping their own money into things right now. So we're not in the worst position right now, but obviously we need Wolves to try and pull their finger out a little bit and try and get a few of these transfer moves over the line. Another player that is very in demand right now is Morgan Gibbs-White. A phenomenal season for Sheffield United last campaign. He's come back to Wolves. Like I said earlier on, he's back in training today, and a number of teams have been interested and reportedly interested in him over the last month or so. Nottingham Forest were a big one. Palace over the weekend were linked, and even Everton this morning were linked with him as well. So 3 teams in and around the sort of mid table. Obviously, we don't know how Forest are going to get on. Probably, you know, Everton will be sure to improve on last season's disaster they had, obviously narrowly escaping relegation in the end. But Morgan has got a lot of options. Wolves, of course, want to give him a new deal. We spoke about that before, and in the last video as well, we spoke about how Wolves want to keep him, ideally. The contract isn't a deal breaker right now, but it would take offers of over £20 million for Wolves to even consider selling Morgan Gibbs-White right now. We spoke a little bit on the last video about the Hamburg defender Mario Vuskovic. It came from Sky Sports Germany just before the weekend. There's been another story over in the papers in Germany today as well. The Wolves have been definitely in contact with the agents of Mario Vuskovic. They've been told in and around €10 million is going to be sufficient to sign the centre-back. So Wolves are just in discussions internally now on what to do in regards to that signing. Trincao as well, Wolves pretty much, well, they did confirm it yesterday that Trincao will not be signing permanently for Wolves. He will be returning to Barcelona. Reports from Portugal and Spain suggest that he's going to be going out on loan or a permanent signing to Sporting. Now, it's said, of course, Wolves have had to pay a loan fee. It's in around €6 million, just over £5 million. But in that, Wolves have made an agreement with Barcelona to keep 20% of Francisco Trincao's next sale, which is, for me, a very solid piece of business by Wolves. We'll obviously have to wait and see how much Trincao does go for, but if it's anywhere sort of 25, 30 million quid, Wolves are going to be making their money back on Trincao. So let's wait and see what happens on that one. But obviously we all know there's a player in there, but just didn't shine enough for Wolves last season in the Premier League. A little bit of, well, two to finish off on, really. Two sort of slightly less relevant stories, let's say. One of them is in regards to the former Manchester City midfielder Darko Gyabi. He's today moved to Leeds United. I'd assume it was part of the Calvin Phillips deal. Leeds have paid City a little bit of money for Gyabi, the midfielder. Probably similar to how Wolves and Liverpool did the Jota and Keanu Hoover deal. But it's said by The Athletic today that Wolves made a really big play in an attempt to actually sign Manchester City's Darko Gyabi. Only 18 years of age, a box-to-box type midfielder. But obviously Wolves haven't got that one over the line, and he has joined Leeds United. So I will be intrigued to see if he's going to be straight into the first team for Leeds, whether he's going to be in and around the 23 setup there at Ellen Road. We'll have to wait and see. And we spoke a little bit at the end of the last video in regards to Wolves' first youth signing, a player coming in from Wimbledon. It was also confirmed that another player had signed his first scholarship at the club as well. From Dorking Wanderers, it's Dom Plank. He's signed for Wolves on a 2-year scholarship. Already made a senior debut for Dorking Wanderers as well. I believe contributed with a couple of goals in that game as well. So I'll be excited to see how he can get on over the next few years at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I know Dorking Wolves have sort of kept an eye on quite closely with Dorking Wanderers. Been linked with a couple of their players before, but Dom Plank will be signing a 2-year scholarship at the club. But guys, that is all for today. Like I said, slightly more positive. I'm hoping that over the next few days or so, we can start seeing some more transfer news come about, and hopefully, you know, more to do with players joining the club. But we'll wait and see. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all very, very soon.